5 minutes after 1 o'clock, we're live from St. Augustine, where, as promised, it has turned into a fairly toasty day. 91 degrees out at the airport with a feel-like temperature of 101 degrees outside. Does it feel that warm out? I haven't really been outside.
It doesn't feel terrible.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
It's okay.
Well, if you're out of the, lots of sunshine, which means lots of money out there, right, Karen? We've got lots of money out there that people can turn that sunshine into cash.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, so Karen is with us. And Karen Simison, of course, part of the great team at Clay Solar Installation Partners. Go to claysolar.com for more information. That's claysolar.com. And yeah, all the sunshine and heat makes us realize, hey, we do live in the sunshine state. And we can take that sunshine and turn it into electrical power rather easily, right?
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, Karen will just come out to your house, and in about 4 or 5 minutes, you'll be set to go. No, I'm just kidding.
Not quite.
A little more elaborate than that, right?
A little bit, just a little bit.
Which is why you want to have people that know what they're doing, who are focused on customer service.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So when folks, are starting this process, they understand that they can save a lot of money, but then they're worried, well, it's going to be a big process. I'm going to have all this stuff up on my roof. How do you tell them, they still need to consider going solar?
So I always go over how much money that they're giving away to the electric company. That's where I always start.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're paying your electric bill, you're basically renting your electricity. You don't own anything. You're adding no value to your home. You're just basically giving your money away. So regardless, you're going to have to pay it one way or another. You can either pay it to yourself and invest in your home, or you can give it away to the electric company.
Yeah. Who wants to give away money to FP&L and JEA, right?
Nobody.
Yeah, they've got plenty of money.
Mm-hmm.
So when you first go to someone's home, I guess you get a sense of what their current electrical usage is, and also, whether or not they're sitting in the middle of a deep forest, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's that consultation like?
So the first thing that I do when I go is I like to assess their home. I like to see what kind of trees are around their house, which way their property sits. If it's north facing, south facing is the best. I like to get a feel of how old their roof is, and then I like to go over their electrical usage, what their needs are, any plans that they have for the future to adding anything additional to their home. And then we go over what solar can actually do for their home, go over the proposal, the different panels that we offer them, and then answer any questions that they have.
So they're different panels, right?
Yes.
Just like I guess you have choices when you buy a car or
Absolutely.
a cell phone. You have different options when going solar with your power at your home.
Absolutely, yes.
And I guess they're just, there's like a BMW version and a Chevy version.
That's right,
Yeah.
yes.
What's the difference between the two other than cost?
The difference is there's different wattages in solar panels. The one thing that I always look at when it comes to panels is the efficiency rating on the panels. And the efficiency rating is basically how much of the sun can be converted into energy. The higher the rating, the better your panel is going to produce for you.
Okay. That would make a lot of sense. And of course, from there, we can also talk about storing some of that in terms of batteries, right?
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good batteries out there now.
Yeah. Even to the point that we could contemplate having batteries that are powered by solar power as opposed to having a Generac electric generator.
Right.
Which a lot of people here have because of tropical storms and hurricanes. Mm-hmm. Right. Very cool. It all starts, of course, by reaching out to Karen and her team at Clay Solar Installation Partners. They're locally owned right here in our part of Northeast Florida. You can learn more at claysolar.com. That's claysolar.com. I'm going to give you a telephone number, and we'll give you this a couple of times during the next 30 minutes, 904-736-4446. That number again, 736-4446. Karen Simison is here, along with Karen from our team. And, of course, I don't know if you can really walk on sunshine, Karen, but we can turn sunshine into some pretty good savings off of your electric bill, right?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
To that end, we have a special guest who joined you today, too, right, who can speak to that.
We do.
Yeah, and she's somehow connected with you distantly,
Yeah.
Yeah, distant long friend.
Mm-hmm.
It's your mom.
Yep, she's here.
That's awesome. As long as I have owned different radio stations, and this one for like 11 years, I bet I can count on one hand the number of times we've had mom-daughters in here.
Yeah, I've never seen a mother-daughter combination.
We've had a few. We've had a couple, but it's rare. But it's kind of neat.
Yeah, very nice.
Yeah, it's very nice. Okay, you guys can go now. No, I'm just kidding. So your mom has solar at her home.
She does, yes.
And it saved you a lot of money, right?
It does save me a lot of money, yes.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have it.
Yeah. So your electric bill, not that we should, it's really none of my business, but I'll ask anyway. Your most recent electric bill was
$32.
what?
That's all?
That's it.
$32.
Gee whiz.
That's amazing. So that had to bring a smile to your face.
Absolutely.
Your former electric bill typically was
Between $250 and $300.
yeah, that's about what the rest of us are paying.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's huge.
That's a big savings.
Yeah, and there were different ways to pay for the system that was installed in your house. You did it, which makes a lot of sense. Just use the equity of your house probably and just rolled it into a refinance,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
But there are all sorts of other ways to get that paid for, and Karen, with a K, will make that happen.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah, well, that's good. So, I mean, do you go and see mom and say, hey, you owe me dinner because I'm saving you all this money?
That's a good idea. I should have done that.
Yeah. Look, Mom, I every month now I've saved you $250
That equates to a monthly dinner, I think.
at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry, Mom. I kind of threw you under the bus on that. Well, Karen is here with us, and she can help you with just about any questions that you have. In addition, of course, your mom has installed this to her home, and Karen with a C, who's part of our team, pulled some information off the internet, so I'm sure it's factual.
It's got to be true.
Yeah.
It was in writing.
That homes that have solar, capabilities already installed spend 13% less time on the market when they're up for sale, and are 27%, which is a more significant number, more likely to sell over asking price.
Absolutely, yes.
Arguably a better add-on investment to your home than a pool,
Absolutely, definitely.
because you never get dollar for dollar back on a pool.
No, not everybody wants a pool, but who doesn't want cheaper electric bills?
Yeah.
Yep.
Karen pointed this out to me too, which makes a lot of sense, but you wouldn't necessarily automatically think of this. That when you have a solar power system installed on your roof at your home, it's quiet.
It is quiet.
You don't hear anything, right?
Nothing.
It's silent.
Yeah. I don't know what I thought was running through there, some kind of plasma or something.
Well, it's really interesting because I have an air conditioner outside my window, and that's making so much noise it's distracting.
Right.
So
But
not
not
that it's going
that.
to take away the air conditioner noise, but it's not going to add another noise.
Nope, doesn't add a thing.
Karen educated me too about how, if you're a geek like me, you can actually get like an app on your phone that will show you in real time how much power you're getting from Mr. Sun, and that you're sticking it to FP&L in
Yep.
real time.
Yep, absolutely, real time.
How much fun is that?
Yeah, talk about science and technology. Now we know what we're saving to the minute.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, this is a technology too. I'm always amazed that more people haven't embraced it just because, well, it's been around since the 70s, right? We all know some of us grew up in homes and even in the 80s and 90s where you at least had solar, warming your pool.
Mm-hmm.
So we know it works.
Right.
I mean, this isn't like technology that just came about 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But what has changed, I would imagine, is the efficiency of the system overall.
Right.
And the amount that it can generate that really makes a difference.
Definitely. Yes.
Well, if you want to learn more, get in touch with Karen. She can get you all set up. And, of course, these systems, how long will they last? A couple of months?
The systems will last 25 to 35 years, just depending on how you take care of it.
Wow. That means it's going to last longer than me.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
And the only thing you have to do to take care of it is wash it once in a while, right?
Yeah, we recommend having the panels cleaned at least once a year. If you if you have more trees around, more pollen, obviously twice a year. Check your system on your app daily just to make sure all your panels are producing the way they need to. And then once a year, I recommend having us or somebody come out there and just check to make sure all the wiring is still intact and in place, making sure your system is producing at the optimum level.
So your app will tell you if one of the panels isn't working
Oh, yes,
properly.
absolutely.
How neat is that?
Yep, and I could show you too.
Very cool. Well, we encourage you to reach out to Karen. Karen Simison, of course, Clay Solar Installation Partners. That's Clay Solar Installation Partners. They have a very easy to remember website, Karen with a C.
Yes.
claysolar.com. That's claysolar.com, or call 904-736-4446 for more information. And we will be back with Karen and her mom, so stay tuned. So Karen with a C, always bringing us up, reminding us that he's now dead.
I'm sorry.
Gordon Lightfoot. I know he has passed away. He passed away within the last few months, but I had forgotten for that moment that he was dead.
Dead.
Yeah.
Dead as a
Thank you,
doornail.
Karen.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, he's dead. So he lived a pretty full life. I think he was 77, maybe. 70.
I don't know, but I still love listening to his music.
Yeah. I was telling Karen he was at the Peabody Auditorium in Daytona probably 4 or 5 years ago, and he was just horrible.
Do you have to tell everybody
Just
that?
horrible.
Don't speak ill.
Well,
of the
some of
dead.
these folks, are great. Like I heard a story over the weekend. Elton John just did his last concert in England over the weekend. He has 1 or 2 more concerts to go on his 5-year-long farewell tour. He will end in Sweden. Will be his last show, he says. People say his shows are great. Even he's 76 and he's
still rocking.
Yeah. And then there's like Bob Dylan, who's horrible.
The worst. He needed a walker when I saw him at this amphitheater.
So Karen probably didn't think she was having to buy into this.
No, but that's what you get when you sign up with WSOS.
That's right, Karen. Karen, who's your favorite dead singer?
Oh gosh, I don't even know.
I was thinking of dead singers too over the weekend. I want to watch that documentary that's gotten a lot of great reviews about Whitney Houston.
Oh yeah.
It's another sad story.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the greatest voices ever,
I know.
in my opinion. But Karen is with us, and I wanted to play Sundown because my question was, so do we get less power from our solar systems when we have less sunshine, like, say, January?
You do get less. You still produce a lot because it's the UV rays that are out in the atmosphere.
Oh, okay.
Not just the direct sunlight, yes.
And even though the days are like an hour or two shorter, it's not that. It doesn't impact the bottom line that much.
Absolutely not.
And then, in theory, if there was no sun and there was just no sun, you'd get the energy from the company when you needed it.
Yes, you would. You'd still produce some, but yes, you'd still be connected to the grid so you can purchase
could use
it.
what you need. Okay.
Absolutely.
That is a key point. I think there are some people out there that think, you're going to be totally off the grid, and that's not the case because you're feeding power back to them on occasion too, right?
And then it works both ways with net metering. So if you get a credit, right?
Yep.
And Josephine even got money back, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Josephine
I
got
did.
money back. Yeah, you got like $90 back.
$90,
right?
yes.
That had to feel good.
It was good.
Yeah.
I mean, the vast majority of us never get a check in the mail from the electric company.
Why would
made
you?
payable to you, Karen.
Yeah.
Josephine got one.
Yeah. She's smarter than everybody else.
That is true. But you know what? I think too. It's hard to go into a neighborhood now, right? Karen with a K, that doesn't have solar power, at least in one home.
Right.
So I mean, the whole notion of this being exotic, brand new technology, that's just way past. I mean, we're way beyond that now.
Definitely. Yes.
You enjoy working with folks. It's all about customer service, walking them through the process.
It is. Yes, absolutely.
It's probably pretty fun to go meet with someone who's thinking about it and has been kicking it around for a year or two, probably. And then they finally pull the trigger. And then, maybe 6, 8, 9 weeks later, they're up and running.
Up and running, yes.
And then they're calling you and texting you every 10 minutes with how much money they're saving.
Right.
Yeah, but you like that.
I do. I love
You're
that.
a nice person.
And they're probably talking to you about the app on the phone.
Yeah. Yep. We got to get that set up for them, and they're seeing what their system's producing and what they're potentially selling back to the grid every day. It's great.
Well, once again, if you have any interest in solar, I know a lot of you out there have said, I'm interested in that. I've thought about that. I've been thinking about that. It just seems like one of those issues that people procrastinate on forever.
So what do you do about it? If somebody is interested in learning, how do they learn more about it?
The first thing they do is they go to our website and set up a consultation.
And is that a free consultation?
It is a free consultation. Yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Costs nothing to learn what your particular
Exactly.
house will do for solar.
Right.
Yeah.
Doesn't
My
cost
sense,
you a thing.
and my sense of Karen and Ashley and their whole team is no high pressure sales,
No.
right? You're just all about giving people straight, honest information, and then they make their own choice.
Right. Absolutely.
Makes
Sounds
sense to
good.
me.
Yeah, that's what we like. Clay Solar, go to claysolar.com. That's claysolar.com. And you can reach Karen and her team at this telephone number. I'll give it to you twice. You can punch it into your cell phone, 904-736-4446. That number again, 904-736-4446. Karen and Josephine, thank you very much for coming by. We learned a lot.
Yeah. Thanks
Thank
for having
you.
us.
Sunshine, go away today.